So UFC Fight Night Lopes versus Silva has literally just wrapped up. What a fucking card. Crazy card. A lot of underdogs. Let's get into it. First fight of the night, we had Daniil Donchenko versus Rodrigo Senzanato. Good performance by Daniil. Beat him up. Finished him. Good, scrappy guy. He looked very good. He's very young as well. 12-2 from Ukraine. It's a good market the UFC should try and branch into. You know, he got some good performances on the Ultimate Fighter. He's very scrappy. He's typically a grappler, but he went in there and most of his wins are via grappling, but he's like working in his striking a lot more now. He's a very good boxer. He's just a very fun fighter. I like the guy. I really like Donchenko. He's going to be a fun addition to the welterweight division. And a great performance. Then we had Montserrat Rendon versus Alice Pereira. This was a very weird fight. Rendon should have won, yeah. Pereira just doesn't look UFC ready. I mean, she's 19 years of age, so I think she was born in 2006. 2005, okay, December 2005. That's crazy to me. She not ready for the UFC. She needs to work on a lot of things. She just didn't look very good. But Rendon got the one, so congratulations to her. Then we had Aiden Correa versus Alessandro Costa. This was a good performance by Alden Correa. Trains with Joshua Van, and God, does he fight like Joshua Van fights. Very similar. Obviously, you can tell that they're training partners, and he looked very good. And Costa's like a pretty tough guy, very good guy, and it was a good fight, good performance. In the at the end of the second round, I thought the fight was going to be over because Costa like broke his toe. It took him a while to get back to his feet, but he did get back up, and then he immediately got smashed in the third round. As to be expected, I mean, let's be honest, that's typically what would happen in circumstances like that. But yeah, good performance there by Correa. Then we had Zachary Reese versus Cedric Dumas. Went for 51 seconds. Got kicked in the balls. Did Dumas. The fight's over. I don't know. I can't speak for myself. I can't speak for Dumas. You know, I can't speak firsthand here because obviously it wasn't me. But it seemed like he quit. But maybe it was really bad, and it makes sense. But maybe I'm just biased because I don't like Cedric Dumas. I think the guy's a scumbag. He's got a rap sheet. He's bigger than some people's job resumes. So obviously I'm not a fan of the fucking guy. But it was a pretty bad kick to the nuts, to be fair. But I don't know. I just wanted to see the guy get chinned, to be honest. But whatever. I don't care. That's a Zachary Reese win in the streets. You know, if that's in the streets, he's getting kicked in the balls, and Zachary Reese is like fucking elbowing his head off. But still, good performance. No, not a good performance. That was awful. We got to see nothing. We learned nothing. Nothing happened. Don't even rebook this fight. Just, I don't know, give him somebody else. Do we really need to see that run back? I don't think so. Give Cedric Dumas someone who brutally KO him, which could be Zachary Reese, but I don't know. Jesus Aguilar versus Luis Garul. This is the first time I've bet in many years, and boy, oh boy, did the bet go through. Now, I only put $25 into it, so not, it wasn't too much. But, got a nice little $66 from it, so you can't really complain too much. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, I got $66. I don't really bet very often. It's very rare that I'll bet. Like last time I bet, it says on here was like, must have been like 2022, 2021. So like, obviously, it is what it is. It is what it is. I got my bet. I was very happy. But besides that, Jesus Aguilar looked good. Second round, Lewis won that one. Third round, Jesus won it with that knockdown. If he didn't get that knockdown, he probably doesn't win. But I guess we'll never know. We'll never know if that bet didn't go through. But yeah, good performance there by Jesus Aguilar. I didn't get the odds. These were crazy odds. I didn't get why Lewis was such a big favorite, considering like he got chinned badly by Ozzy Osbourne in his first fight, and he didn't look that great in it. Then we had Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. I thought Lemos could have won this fight on damage, but they gave it to Suarez. Moving on up, we had Joaquin Silva versus Claudio Puelles. Joaquin Silva, I picked him to win, and he got it done, man. He made it tough. He made it very, very tough. But he got it. He got it done in a fight. Claudio Puelles, the best way I could describe this fight is he snatched defeat from the jaws of victory because he was so close to winning this fight, but he got hurt, and that was it. That was done. Got hurt in the first. or the second, I think it was, with a body shot, like a teep, and the third round he got badly dropped. And that won Joaquim Silva the fight. Puella's actually looked pretty strong here, had good control. He looked better than Arman Tsarukyan at points against Silva, to be honest. But Joaquim Silva ends up getting ahead and gets the win. So shout out to Joaquim Silva, getting it done at 36 years of age over a 29-year-old. Then we had Dusko Todorovic versus Jose Medina. This was a pretty good performance by Dusko Todorovic. I mean, Jose Medina just shouldn't be in the UFC, let's be honest. The guy shouldn't be in the UFC whatsoever. And this is more proof of it. He loses another fight. Dusko Todorovic looked like Habib in there. There was no moment of success for Medina. He probably gets cut here, but maybe they keep him around for one more fight. They use him to build somebody else up. But good performance by Dusko. Then we had Santiago Luna versus Kwang Lee. Kwang Lee gets a knockdown immediately into this fight, but then he eventually does get chinned himself. Santiago Luna looked pretty decent. Did get hurt, but he showed, he's got some dog in him. He came back and he won. I like that. I like that he showed that he can come back from being knocked down, because that makes me more interested in him as a prospect moving forward. If he can come back from getting dropped, he can come back from anything. And it was early in the fight too. Most people would be ready to quit immediately after that. So he showed he's got some dog in him. I like that. Then we had Alexander Hernandez versus Diego Ferreira. Wasn't looking too good for Hernandez early, but I picked him to win, and he did get that KO. Man, it was looking bad, but he KO'd him. Now he's on a 4-fight winning streak, which is pretty crazy to look at the turnaround. He also beat Jim Miller at lightweight, so he's on a 5-fight win streak in the lightweight division. Lost to Bill Algeo and Damon Jackson, which is crazy to see him beat Chase Hooper and Diego Ferreira after that. But hey, he's on a good run. Called out Michael Chandler. I'd like to see it. I think he beats Chandler, to be honest with you. That might be up. People might say recency bias, but I really do think he wins. The stoppage was very late. Just going to put that out there. That stoppage was insane. He was out for 8 shots, but the ref just let him eat all them shots. But good performance there by Alexander the Great. Then we had Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stolfus. Kelvin Gastelum wins this fight. He missed weight. So if this gets fight of the night, Dustin Stolfus is at least going to get an extra $50K. Because if you miss weight, you don't get the bonus. And I like that. Dustin Stolfus is going to get a big payday for this, but good performance by Kelvin Gastelum. Hurt him every round. I thought Kelvin Gastelum probably won every round just by hurting him, to be honest. Clearly won. Clearly was oversized here. He was the bigger guy. He cheated very blatantly by missing weight so significantly. But Dustin Stolfus gets a 35% of Kelvin's purse, which I would imagine would be quite a lot, considering Kelvin has fought for the belt before. So you can't complain too much if you're Dustin Stolfus. But Kelvin Gastelum clearly won that fight, in my opinion. Then we had Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon was looking good in this fight, man. The judges had this as a clean sweep for Rafa Garcia, which I just completely disagree with. But judges are blind, as we know. But Rafa Garcia does get a stoppage in the third round. Apparently, according to Bilal Muhammad, Jared Gordon got run over by a car yesterday and his knee buckled. His knee's fucked. So, good performance in hindsight, considering, the guy got fucking run over. That's one way to... That's a fucking crazy excuse. The guy got fucking run over. But I'm willing to believe that, but, good performance. Rafa Garcia gets the win, hurts him, gets a nice little stoppage there. Almost chokes him, but Jared Gordon almost got subbed a couple of times, but he just toughed his way out, chatted his way out. But, Rafa Garcia gets the elbow TKO, KO'd him pretty much. Good performance by Rafa Garcia. He's on a good run at the moment. Then we had David Martinez versus Rob Font. I picked David Martinez, man. I picked David Martinez, and he got it done. I knew this was a good matchup for him, man. He's got the karate base. He's elusive. He's moving all over the place. He's kicking. Boom, boom. Big shot. Dodging it all. Got hurt in the first round. So I have a hot take, which seemed like a lot of people disagree with me online. But I thought David Martinez lost the first round, but I thought he won the second and third. So a lot of people were saying that Martinez won the first and then he lost the second. I've seen it the other way. I thought he got hurt by Rob Font in the first, but I thought he hurt Rob Font more in the second. So I had it the opposite way to the status quo. The majority of people, the status quo here was that it was Martinez round 1 and 3, but I thought it was round 2 and 3, yeah. But good performance. You get it done. That's a big win to get in your second UFC fight. But I really did think this guy was good, man. He is good. David Martinez, he's a fucking marauder, dude. Then we had the main event. We had Diego Big Dick Lopes destroying Gene Silva. Man, what a fucking performance, man. I'm happy. I got my pick wrong, but I'm happy Diego Lopes won this, man. Gene Silva, like, I don't know. He was being a dickhead to Diego Lopes for no fucking reason. So I'm very happy Diego Lopes went in there and got my pick wrong. I don't even care, man. I really don't care. I'm happy about it. Diego Lopes, to start the first round, gets a takedown immediately. Starts absolutely mauling Gene Silva. Elbow cuts him up. Boom, 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 boom. Ground and pound, ground and pound. He's about to get the finish, but, Gene Silva escapes, goes for like a triangle. I think it was it was a weird little sequence that went on there, but, Gene Silva gets back up. He's starting to piece up Diego Lopes at the end of the first. No, not really, actually. It was the beginning of the second. He's piecing up Diego Lopes. Big shot after big shot. He's landing every strike on the feet on Diego Lopes. And then Diego Lopes gets like a little takedown sequence, has the back. He starts landing some shots. They get back up. They're brawling a little bit more. And then Gene Silva throws a spinning elbow. And then like a couple seconds later, Diego Lopes is like, oh, you're going to do that? All right, I'll throw one of my own. Throws his own, badly hurts Gene Silva, drops him, lands brutal shots, and then finishes him. I thought it was a good stoppage. Maybe you could have let it go a little bit longer, let Diego get a bit more of a receipt for some of the disrespect that Gene Silva was giving him. But I have a few takeaways from this. Firstly, I'm picking Volk if he ever fights Gene Silva. I'm picking Volk against Gene Silva 100%. I know Diego Lopes is probably a bit more durable, but like if Diego can get you down like that and, land a lot of good ground and pound, I think Volk 100% can slam Gene Silva on his fucking neck and land all that ground and pound all day. And also, I want to mention, what was I going to mention? Oh my god, am I like losing my mind? I had points. I just had a point I was going to make about Gene Silva. Maybe it was about the fighting nerds. I mean, I still think Gene Silva is the best of the fighting nerds, don't get me wrong. Because he did look pretty good in the second round before he got caught. Oh, no, that's what I was going to mention. Gene Silva, absolute sore loser. That's what it was. He tried to punch Diego Lopes after the fight. His head is still gushing out blood. He's just been TK'd, and he's trying to punch Diego Lopes after the bell. What happened to the guy who's going, oh, give me a fist bump. Oh, yeah, come on, give me a high five. What happened to that guy? He was the guy who was constantly going for the touch of gloves and being all respectful. Then when he gets TKO'd, he's a sore loser. Didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Made me wish that they made it a late stoppage, but good performance by Diego Lopes. Volk is not washed. Volk is not washed. I mean, Volk still passed his prime and he still beat this Diego Lopes monster. You guys realize how impressive that is when you think about it? Volk is him, man. I know it's dick riding because I'm going on about Volk after this whole Lopes. Lopes has just won, but this really does just push Volk up the GOAT list. I don't care what people say. It really does, because I think Gene Silva is still really good. I think Gene Silva probably still beats a lot of these guys, but Diego fucking Lopes, man. What a performance. Great performance. Great stoppage. Absolute beast is Diego Lopes. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the card. Let me know what you guys thought of Diego